Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another divine video. So, last time I talked about how, chosen ones, you have celebrity appeal. Well, today I'm going to be talking about how chosen ones have high level discernment. And, the biggest thing is chosen ones can see things before they kind of already manifest itself. So, there's 5 signs that chosen ones have high level discernment. Number 1 is they have perception without filter. So what this means is, like, before even a conversation is spoken, before someone kind of shows their nature, you could kind of sense things without them saying a word. So it's kind of like when a chosen one is around someone and there's like a heavy energy or there's something that's off, you could kind of sense that, there's either danger, there's fakeness, there's something that's not organic, there's something that's not authentic, and you could just pick up on that. So that's the first sign. Number 2 is you see through deception. So you could tell when someone doesn't have the best intentions. So it's kind of like one of the gifts is like when you're talking with someone and they're trying to sell you this dream, because when people talk with chosen ones, they try to one up, they try to put on this facade, and they try to fake flex and act like what's going on in their life is so great. So one of the things that chosen ones do, or they can do, is they'll play dumb just to kind of get in more information. Chosen ones, they also talk less, so they let the other person kind of go into this long story, so that way they can show who they truly are. Because a person will reveal their hands if you give them enough space and you give them enough time to. But if you're always talking, or if you're always trying to stop them, then you can't let it happen. So chosen ones, they'll either listen for a long time, they'll play dumb, they'll let the other person reveal their hand. So we could see through deception, you could see based on how a person is talking, and they'll reveal themselves. You could see, okay, if they're full of crap, if they're being really genuine. Number 3 is the opportunities. So chosen ones have a good distinction of red flags about, okay, this person ain't right, or well, this job offer doesn't seem right, and I shouldn't go to this event, and there's scams out here, there's evil schemes. Chosen ones could see through that. Hey, we ain't falling for that. Okay, I already know if I do this, you're going to do that. I already know if I go to this thing, this is going to happen. I'm going to be disappointed in this. This is not going to end well for me. So, we can analyze these opportunities, and even though someone may try to sell you something, they may try to get you to buy into whatever is going on. You could see these things a mile away. So we can analyze opportunities without, sometimes when you're getting something, you're getting a contract, and you got to sign the contract, or you got to read the contract, everything about it to sign it. It's kind of like when these opportunities present themselves, we can see the writing on it. We don't need the contract. We can already see what it's about. Our discernment, our intuition is like, okay, these are all the details. You're analyzing it in your head. You're coding it in your head like, okay, this will go wrong if I did this. I would be disappointed about this. This wouldn't work out like this. You could see the terms and conditions. You could see all the things that apply. So you see these opportunities for what they are. You're able to spot the red flags. You're able to spot that this is the right thing, and this stops you from making a lot of bad decisions. Like I said, this could be anything. This could be a job offer. This could be hanging out with someone, going to a certain event. This is a lot of different, opportunities or actions that you're able to see red flags. You're able to see what's going on. Even if you go to the event, you could kind of see it unfold before you really experience it. So number 3 is red flags about opportunities. Number 4 is a calling to heal. So it's not always we're picking up on evil things. We're picking up on things that are deceptive, things that are misaligned, things that aren't authentic. We're picking up on, uh, when people are really in pain, when people are really going through something. You could be driving anywhere and, or you could be out and about. Let's just say you're in the park. Let's just say uh, you're in a park, you're in a store, you're out in some public platform, and you look over and you see someone, and you see that they've been carrying burden. You see that they've been carrying uh, a physical illness or something. Your spiritual intuition will just click in your head and be like, okay, this person is going through something. This person just lost someone in their life. This person just lost something that's valuable to them. They lost a person. They lost a pet. They've been, whether they hit rock bottom or whether they lost finances, whatever crisis they're in, you could kind of see what's going on. So the Spirit will lead you to pray for that person. The Spirit will lead you to intercede for that person. So you just have this calling to. It's kind of like you have this. You're like a prophet in a way, because you can see what's going on beyond the pale. You can see what that person's carrying. So your intuition, it's not just about situations and people. It's about, okay, you're being led to pray for those people. You're being led to heal those people. And that's why a lot of people are drawn to chosen ones, because they sense that. They sense that this person can heal. This person, it's not just positive. They can change a negative emotion that I'm going through. And that's why people open up to the chosen ones. That's why you run up across people who will tell their stories, and they don't know you from a can of paint, but they feel just saved. They just feel like, okay, this person's not going to judge me. This person's not going to vindicate me. I'm not going to have to feel embarrassed or shameful around this person. So number 4, like I said, you have a calling to heal, and you can just pick up on these situations. You can pick up on, what this person is carrying, and you just have that discernment to see through. So the 5th one is you can identify spiritual traps. And this is a little bit related to the 3rd, but, see, when you're a chosen one, like I said, and I've said this in a couple of videos, you're going to have a lot of spiritual attacks. And when people run into you, every negative emotion or every negative comment and atmosphere that you deal with is not about the person. It's not about you. It's about the spirituality behind it. For Ephesians 6:11, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but against spirits and these principalities. So there's people that aren't going to be genuine. And with these spiritual traps, you can recognize it, because the biggest thing is, it's not even just for chosen ones. It's for, people that can pick up on intuition. The biggest thing is when people are up to no good, there's patterns, there's different behaviors, because when a person is full of deception and lies, they have to have these patterns in place. And these patterns these patterns build up the wall. So these walls are covering up truth. These walls are covering up what's really going on. And when a person is trying to get you into a spiritual trap, there's patterns in their behaviors and their actions and what they say and what they do. So when you could recognize these patterns, because like when someone is acting friendly out of nowhere and they're just acting different, and it just seems like they're just too nice on purpose, just out of left field. That's one pattern. And another thing is, like, if they're really trying to oversell you on something, if they're bringing something up and it's like, oh man, you should do this, and everybody else is doing this, and I ain't gonna BS you, and I ain't gonna, this is legit, and this is. If someone really has to oversell something, and that's another sign that they're leading you to a spiritual trap, because, you're a chosen one is looking at it like this. Chosen ones are looked at as naive, and people think that they can take advantage of them. But a chosen one's intuition is like, okay, it's like seeing a dead end that doesn't have a sign. You could see, okay, if I engage in this, where this is going to take me. So, this person is coming out of nowhere trying to get you to involve into something. Plan on your naiveness, if that's a word. Plan on your niceness, and like, okay, this person will fall for it if I come with this. So that's all people are doing. These spiritual attacks and all that is people are trying to size up chosen ones. People are looking at it like, okay, well, they look like they can buy this lie. They look like they can buy this plot. So I'm going to come with this. I'm going to trap them spiritually with this. But chosen ones can see this but see, all of these signs, when you have this high level discernment, number one, perception without filter. Number two, you see through deception. Number three, red flags about opportunities. Number four, you have a calling to heal. And number five, you can identify spiritual traps. You have to be spiritually awakened first. And what I mean by spiritually awakened is understanding what your power is, understanding who you are. And until you do that, you want to unlock these 5 levels and be able to use them to the best of your abilities. But when you unlock who you are, without these 5 things, people used to take advantage of it. People used to manipulate you and get you to doing whatever they wanted. They used to twist reality. But with these 5 things, they really have no other option. You're able to kind of stop them in their tracks. You're able to protect your peace. You're able to put up boundaries. So this high level discernment, these 5 signs, they're actually helping you. They're helping you to save your energy, to save your peace, and to not let anyone infiltrate that. Not, let betrayal happen, or not let disappointment happen. So this discernment is important. It's your guard, it's your cover, it's your shield. And it's something that you can use to see the schemes of the enemy, to see the schemes of negative entities and spirits. So just understand that this is like one of the main things that the chosen one, this is like the main power that they have, is their intuition, being able to see through these things, being able to discern, because it protects them from disappointment. It protects them from being used and being taken advantage of. And because all these people that are coming up and doing this, when you don't have these 5 things, they're energy vampires. They're taken from you because they don't have anything to give. So they're using your energy against you. And when they feel like they've used you, it makes them feel better about themselves. Then they can discard you. Then they can leave you on the shelf and then come back again when another plan arises. So this discernment stops that strategy, and it protects your peace. It protects your heart. So that's why I said chosen ones have high level discernment, their intuition, their energy, their overall, heightened senses, their spirituality, because they're a divine being. They carry these inabilities, but these only happen when you spiritually awaken yourself. So this is my video. Chosen ones have high level discernment, and please like, subscribe. Feel free to leave any comments. I do appreciate any support that I can get, and see you guys in the next video.